and welcome again to another edition of the program called Talk to the Camera with me, Kona Sesay. Today the camera can work out with you. Now Caritas International for take one project we then call the Sick Pikin Project. When I saw people every day for head speaking and we sick with a condition very critical and some can even not able for men na salon yaso. We dey go to them people here today and ask them who don't know some of the Pikin and where they don't cater for, the age limit where the Pikin and forget where they cater for, and also what are some of the success stories and so far ever since we don't start this project. Hello sir and welcome to this interview. My name is Kona Sesay from Sierra Network. You go please introduce yourself.
My name is Ishmael Alfred Charles and me na the lead campaigner for the Sick Pikin Project.
Alright, you go tell me a little bit about this Sick Pikin Project. What is it all about?
So the Sick Pikin Project been founded some 3 years ago, and primarily been founded because we discovered say plenty Pikin and they were sick, and we need support for make them go able for go do very critical operations. Them we most of them we're not able for do them in Sierra Leone, and so because of that kind of situation there, we end up for reach out to different people. Them we all put thoughts and ideas them together, and the executive director of Caritas Freetown and I've been the propelling leader. We help for make the Sick Pikin projects become waiting to be. And primarily the first Pikin we've been get for handle we've been called them be named Baby Mustafa. Baby Mustafa been sick and he been get waiting and called biliary atresia. But unfortunately, not be a very expensive surgery, and so the family not be able to pay for them. And then we been get for connect with Caritas, and then Caritas executive director when Father Peter Conte been get for engage and involve me in the process, and so we all collectively put out our thoughts and ideas, and eventually starts for do the fundraising. We do one for Baby Mustafa. After Baby Mustafa, we do again for Carlos, we do for Baby Miriam, we do for Baby Mariama, and then it become obvious say too many Pikin and they come we sick and we were overwhelmed, and we cannot just do them in isolation, so we need to set up a project or a foundation or an organization, and so we ended up with the name the Sick Pikin Project.
The Sick Pikin Project. Now, which type of sick them need to cater for? Is it that now for Pikin them we get sick way they need able men na salon, yeah?
Primarily, yes. I would say 90% of the conditions that we don't handle now conditions that we're not able to handle na salon. However, we get the 10% when are conditions that we could be handled na salon, but then they come from extremely poor families them, where we can do what we call due diligence and weigh the family, the household income, and after that we can determine say we're supposed to just support this PKR, so with small more money, we will help them for make it get a second chance to life. And so far we don't able for help about 51 Pikin them, both the one that we don't send go Europe, in 2 European countries, that is Spain and Italy, and also India, and plus the one that we don't do with Sierra Leone.
Right. When you mention the Pikin them way when I don't deal with, you mention more about babies. Is it that age limit there to the work on they do?
Yes, the Sick Pikin Project gets age limits, and we age targets. We targeted age now 0 to 16 years, because as the word say Pikin, we focus primarily on Pikin them way younger. Even though we also get a mandate for support adults them through accessing medical facilities in India or wherever they want in the world where we get connection. Additionally, and also help for raise the needed support and put them through how for go about for find the resources. We not can do fundraising for adults because it is beyond we mandates. We own mandates specifically fixed and focused at 0 to 16 years, and we deal with all conditions them. What I get for do with biliary atresia, congenital heart disease, one day we need liver transplantation or kidney transplantation, Wilms tumor, imperforated anus, we mean to say the baby born in anus, who say for gonna yard, and very many complicated kind of conditions them. Right now we work on a couple of different kind of conditions them we involve critical situations them. Yeah, and so one of them now a young boy called Noah, we accidentally swallow the back cover of a big pen. So that's just one example. We also get another one where na blessing Finda Abu, we also been swallow in your yerin coincidentally. And we also get another one where we just lost last Friday when Mamadou Alpha. Mamadou actually we've been done already raised the resources. Mamadou been get a congenital heart disease and be need for travel, but in complications been so much that they be need for travel with oxygen. But we'll be the first to raise the money for the oxygen, and we'll not be able to get that money. Unfortunately, we lost some. So these are just some of the sample cases that we get. But right now we get a total of 33 picking them on we list where we the first for look for support for.
Alright, now the first for look for support for somebody go like for no. Is it that una can get funds only by making fundraising activities, or una get people with the sponsor una?
We not get any direct sponsor. We can get support from the government of Sierra Leone, but on individual cases. So say for example we apply for NOAA and then government review NOAA in own condition. After we don't do the medical board review, and then they recommend, say, okay, we go support NOAA. So that support is primarily for NOAA. Yeah, and so it's on a case-by-case basis. But we also can able to raise money. Sometimes we get institutions like NACIT, we don't support completely one particular baby, Melvin Brimer. We currently in India. We get 2 patients the way the India, and Melvin Brimer is one of them. And NACIT actually provide for we a complete support for pay for Melvin in medical, surgery, in travel, and everything where we be need. And so because of that kind possibility there, we also can do a lot of street fundraising. Blessing Finda Abu, we don't raise some resources from the streets, from we street campaigns, but also we can use social medias, we can use with Facebook, we can use with WhatsApp for reach out to people them, and also use the traditional medias and televisions and radio stations them, so that we can talk about the picking them problems them and the challenges they wouldn't get, then they can trigger people them into action.
You don't mention some cases where una don't try for results and see that them picking and they get healing, but una don't ever succeed per one?
We don't succeed, I for say probably 98% success in the picking them. Out of the 51 picking them where we don't get through surgery, we only don't lost 2 of them, where them actually been done in our process. Only one of them, in fact, been done go through in surgery and die after the surgery. But the one they would all lost in recent times, now most of the picking the way cannot come through it, but they're not cannot go through the surgery yet. So out of this 51, we get 50 where they're alive and they're doing well. And we family will get opportunity for see some of them one day also.
Okay. Then picking they are so we una cater for, like you mentioned. Now picking them where they in desperate need of help, but how it can do for me, una can do for me, able for get them picking they also for come on board, for come to una. Is it now I can go meet them, or now the parents them can come for me to now?
So interestingly, this is a question we don't get a lot from media practitioners. Them Sick Picking project is a very small project by its size, but very big by the responsibility where society don't puts on we. And it will interest you for no say if you just pretend like say you fumble picking sick and just ask people. If you ask 2 people, 3 people at most, sorry, among them 3 people, and they 2 go they will go get the sick picking, either the office address or the phone number, or know the Facebook page and know how to contact we very easily. The unfortunate part now, a lot of them people and we can get, or we know all the information, we know all what we do. Then can give we tap on we back and tell we say we do very good work. Then but the knocking mostly contribute to the fundraising process. And so we can say if as much people as know about the sick picking project as they know so right now, they contribute, then the sick picking project no go need for tote box go on a street for go bega for picking them one after the other.
So what are some of the challenges we don't face ever since the sick picking project came into existence?
The challenges them plenty, but they mainly surround around getting consistent volunteers because we not get resources for pay, salary. We all waiting at the sick picking project. Now people that were involved in the fundraising process and coordination and management of the project, but we get full-time responsibility. My very humble self sitting here work in this office as in the capacity of the programs manager for Caritas Freetown and also the in-country manager for Haley International Relief Foundation. So then two small salaries then they now them would blend for make me become a happy person for volunteer for free in doing the sick picking project. Yeah, and all the other volunteers they will get, some of them are students, some of them they work in different other places them, but come in the evening and help for support. And so that's where sometimes the challenge can come when we get for do it, the consistency. Even myself sometimes and they I can be held very tightly by my paid work, and it can put a lot of pressure on the demand way the sick picking project they give. We only get one single individual with 100% dedicated for manage and coordinate the sick picking project. All other person where they work on the sick picking project now 100% volunteer.
All right. So what's in the agenda for 2021?
We agenda for 2021 are for reach out more to the public, get more public attention, get more people to understand the plights and the realities of the Pikin who would fit for help, and use that there as an opportunity for trigger them into action, so that we will get people who will commit themselves for say me every month I'll put $5, every month I'll put £5, every month I'll put 5,000 leones, and then we get an enlisted list serve of consistent and committed donors them. When that's something that we would look into very strongly and very seriously, and that's why we're very grateful to the Sierra Network, because that's an opportunity for we to reach out to a wider public, because we know say Sierra Network is being watched and is being followed hugely and bigly across the world by both Sierra Leoneans and non-Sierra Leoneans them.
So finally, what will be your word of advice to parents them out there we get sick picking them now or spot find them difficult for come out and bring them come to Una?
Well, we always can say not keep your Pikin at us. We not keep one for say make them bring the Pikin them to we, because we know to doctors, but we can prefer for make them take the Pikin them go to hospital, so that doctors then maybe for determine what they go wrong with the Pikin them, and able for profile needful solutions them, where we go able for take actions for help them picking and they where possible. We know also for sure say the sick picking project not go able for help all the picking them na salon, because if we try we go definitely maybe die before the picking them, because it's just too much. We not be ever know saying so many picking and then Sierra Leone we sick until where we start this process, where we get circumstances them on a day. Just one day, we get 5 cases being registered, and each of them cases then they one congenital heart disease surgery for flight and travel and everything, they cost a minimum of $15,000. So you can imagine if you get 5 of that kind of cases then they, so it's $15,000 times 5, which is huge. And so we want to ask people then for bring them Pikin and go hospital, because sometimes also then they keep the Pikin in our house for a very long time. We get one case of Aminata Kalon, where they been keep in one village in Apujeon. Pretty recently we doing surgery, it been get sarcoma in leg been swell. But it been get cancer, and a cancerous condition down there. But because they keep them for 2 good years, they just keep them at the village. You know, then they rub country medicine, knock and go hospital, create problem, and then make them begin believe say, oh no, this is not some fictitious kind thing, and instead of them go hospital. If they been doing before, we know might for be need for amputate aminata in leg, but now we had to amputate, Aminata elect because of the fact say if we get for wait till the last minute before we come in and able for do. And so we want to also use this platform as a public health education engagement. Plenty people and they would Pikin can get hydrocephalus, which means that Pikin it can big. Family can say this Pikin has on a witch. We don't get circumstances that will say more man then don't say, then they return the Pikin back to the devil way it comes from. Then Pikin they also only they eat the big because now the neck then supposed to forget 3 layers, where then 3 layers and they forget 3 holes them. Where water generate now the brain, now they run down and come into your system and then you excrete them. But when any of the holes then they block, the water not able for run down can down, so they stay at the aid and the aid they expand. And because of that then you say, oh, this Pikin are too big now devil. So take you Pikin go hospital. No need for worry or think about country medicine. I'm not tell anybody for say fictitious business not they happen, juju business not they happen. But me not one fan of juju business because I believe say any condition within a mortal man body gets medical name, and if it gets medical name, it must get a medical solution.
So for somebody where they listen and watch you, we go on for be a donor to Sick Pikin project, how you able to locate you?
So it's very easy. They can go to our Facebook page on we Facebook page now the Sick Pikin project DSICK Pikin PIKIN. Now so we spell them project, and we also they can go to our website on www.sickpikin.org, or they can call on 076 722 736. Or they can also send WhatsApp to that same number there, 076 722 736.
Thank you very much.
Very, very welcome.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Go please introduce yourself.
I'm Isatu Kona Sesay. I come out from Hastings.
Alright, you will tell me how you do for locate the Sick Pikin project people then.
Well, now one paddy, they look television, and they can see them this program here. And they forgo meet me because me picking me difficult. Now go meet me like the number give me. He say call the post here. He say now they help. So he give me back now call. Yes, Sakaya. So I come, they can't treat me fine. They hold me fine. Now yeah. So me picking the vomit blood. They wait me and call, and then direct me now say go to hospital. I go there now they help me. Yes.
So what be give the cause for you picking go the vomit blood?
Well, I pen cover it be swell and a school. Then carry it right now, it don't swell at this pen cover. But the money not be there for go do the scan. When I 7 million, I not get nothing. Then we give the cause let it in in belly so. Yes.
Make it in belly. So how long you don't take it?
Well, now 1 year. It don't sick. Yes.
So now when it just happen, now you come to the Sick Pikin project people, or it be don't say first?
It be don't say before I able get them people here.
Alright. So what is picking in present condition now?
Well, in present condition, in bad off. I want let them help me. Because I'm picking problem, it's not easy for her. It's not easy today, it's not easy tomorrow. And they beg the helper, they let them help me, and the big government let them help me. The picking problem is not easy. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Binti Kamala.
How you do for locate the Sick Pikin project people then?
Well, me became the sick, and then I caught it for my colleagues then. And then everybody Sick Pikin project.
Alright. So what thing do you picking?
Me became me get heart problem. Me get all 9 hearts. We will not be getting money for go to the surgery. And me picking me don't sick for 1 year and 3 months.
Somebody go look for know how old this Pikin be.
Where be they were sick? 2 months old.
So what in waiting the Sick Pikin project to do for you Pikin?
The boku Sick Pikin, they all kind of Sick Pikin, they give you hope. They help with it till today when me Pikin they get well body so they do for me boku thing. I know will pay them pass God and they pay them for me.
So the operation we don't do for you Pikin. Now Saloya then do am?
Yeah, not to Saloya. na Indian poor then can we go. And the money will not be get pass sick picking there with God and the help we.
So how you picking they do now?
The picking right now okay, you're active. Right now everything not okay for me picking. I tell God thank you and the sick picking project.
So what will be your message to you? Come in Kombra out their way in picking a similar case, but you don't know how to go about it.
And they encourage you, let them get faith, let them get hope to God, and let them come to sick picking. And the only people in down there where they able to help them.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is Asma James, and I am a beneficiary and also a supporter of the Sick Pikin project. The reason is simple. Because of the kind of work the Sick Pikin project does, they care for people, they raise funds for kids especially who are in their need of medical attention. I send people to who contact me with different kind of sickness. I send them to Sick Pikin projects, and indeed the project will look after them. I have also been beneficiary to the Sick Pikin project by way I had a girl who they supported, and we took that girl to India. Up till now, we are both in partnership, both the Sick Pikin project and the AJ Foundation. I believe in what they do because of, like I said, what they do. They help people, especially young children with different kinds of sickness. I would like people to support them because it's difficult to raise funds for these children who are in their need of medical attention. And so when you support the Sick Pikin project, you've supported a life, you've saved a life, you've saved someone's life. So I would call on people to please donate to the Sick Pikin project, because if I can remember, they've supported up to 10-15 children in Sierra Leone. So please support the Sick Pikin projects so you will be able to save life.
Viewers, una self don't listen. So the person where they in charge for the Sick Pikin project, where he don't talk concerning how the Sick Pikin project come about and the age limit of Pikin them where the Sick Pikin project they cater for. Some Kombra them don't talk concerning how the Sick Pikin project don't help them Pikin them where be sick. One Kombra where in Pikin be sick, where don't get healing now talk, but how he happy where he gets for know the Sick Pikin project people them where they help him for making Pikin get healing, and other Kombra where in Pikin currently they in critical condition. They send message to people out there say, when you Pikin sick and then you don't know what thing for do, you for care and go first now hospital when and get for know what thing do then you go carry it to the Sick Pikin project people them. And then also they send message out there to people and say they're really glad for this project here, so because it can for help Kombra them when they in need for them. Moving the program can't you today, my name na Kona Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition of Talk to the Camera, I say tata.